Peninsula in San Jose playing San Jose City College. Contra Costa playing College of the Sequoias. Feather River is at De Anza today, so that's going to be a big game for Redwoods fans to watch. That has big implications.
We want De Anza to win that one.
Because go De Anza, go Lions.
If De Anza wins that game, I believe we will have a shot at hosting a playoff no matter what.
Yes, that I believe that is right.
I mean, Feather River is a tough team, but you know what? De Anza can pull it off.
De Anza can pull it off. De Anza, like I said, Antavius Jackson, their quarterback, is really, really good. He did not have a great game against Redwoods last week, but if he plays as well as he had previously in the season, I think De Anza has a chance to help College of the Redwoods out a little bit.
So it looks like we are going to do the coin toss here first before we get started with the sophomore and the national anthem. So let's listen in and see who is going to win the coin toss. Looks like the family of Hutchinson is coming out on the field right now. They got something special going on. So it looks like the College of the Redwoods have won the toss and they have elected to defer to the second half. So the Rams will be receiving on the west end?
Yeah, they'll be moving right to left.
Yep.
Redwoods will be going left to right.
So here we go. Like I said, we do have a soft.
Redwood Bowl for today's matchup between the 1-7 Gavilan Rams and your 6-2 College of the Redwoods Corsairs.
You can hear the crowd buzzing down there already.
Oh yeah, ready to go.
The solo sophomore, number 77, Wakeshare Hutchinson.
So Wakeshare Hutchinson is getting introduced right now for the only sophomore. A lot of these guys are babies for this team.
Yeah, I mean, when you're restarting a program after 3 years, it's going to be heavily freshmen. But I assume a lot of these guys, a good amount of these guys, are going to be coming back next season as sophomores. And that's going to be scary for the rest of the conference because if they get a lot of these guys coming back, especially the quarterback and the receiving core, this team is going to be very good next season as well.
So we're about 1:20 left till kickoff here at the Redwood Bowl. We're happy that you're tuning into the station, and you just introduced Hutchinson and Coach White there, giving him a big hug, and we wish him well, as this will be the last home game of the season for him. And so as we stand, we're getting ready to do the national anthem.
listening to KZZH 96.7 Eureka. KZZH is also streaming at kzzh.accesshumboldt.net. KZZH is community radio from Access Humboldt. Support for CR football on KZZH is provided in part by Susan and Greg Gear and by listeners like you.
All right, football fans. Let's get ready to do this.
Let's go. I'm ready.
I think this is my first time doing this with you, Liam.
Yeah, this is fun.
Coach Hoke did an okay job last week.
Coach Hoke was great, and I hope he feels better soon.
I hope so,
the
too.
Weather, so.
Yeah, I hope he gets to feeling better. If you're listening, Coach, we miss you, buddy. Get to feeling better soon, and this is for you.
Yeah, it was fun doing the game last week with you. Wish you could be here.
I don't know if you have a roster over there, but
I do.
Number 3. Looks like Henderson is deep back to receive, and I could not tell the other number. And he must sit a little bit, picks it up, and gets around the right side, and he gets hit hard.
Oh.
And he got away with a late hit right there. But good run by number 1, Nathan Ortiz. And that will be spotted right at about the 19-yard line, I want to say.
Like Russell Baker, number 32, with that hit. That was a good hit.
That was a good hit. So the Rams will be spotted at the 19...
Looks like they're on 18.
18-yard line. First and 10. Just getting started here at the Red Bull on the campus of Cal Poly Humboldt. Beautiful day. And looks like Tyler Everett. Or no, that's Justin Monday, who fakes a handoff and gives it to Henderson on the left side. Gonna pick up about 8 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 2.
Yeah, looks like the Redwoods defense almost had him contained, but he worked out to the outside. Had some room on the far sideline.
And there's one play that I really like that the Redwoods do, and that's the I don't know if I can say it on here or not, but it'll fake out the Rams a little bit. There's a contained right there, number 54.
Oh, that was great pursuit.
Chase Stebbing on that pursuit and tackles him back to the 21-yard line, brings up 3rd and 5. So 3-yard loss on the play.
Stebbing had a really good game last week.
So 3rd and 5 here, the 21-yard line for the Rams. Looks like Henderson's going to go back. Monday to throw. And Monday's going to scramble, and he's going to be sacked by a bunch of Corsairs. And that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Rams. So he tried to pull it down and try to escape, but the Corsairs were like, nope, you ain't getting past us.
Yeah, Redwoods blitzed there, and they got to him pretty quickly, and they were able to bring him down. I mean, the Redwoods defensive front doing exactly what they were able to do last week, just constant pressure, not giving the quarterback any time to think back there.
And so it looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th and 5.
Well, this is a gutsy decision here.
Oh, nope. And that's a muffed punt. Very short punt. And the Corsairs are going to have the ball at the 44-yard line. That was a
little pooch punt from the quarterback. That's what Redwoods does a lot. Max Huff, the quarterback and the punter. So, but that was an interesting. I thought they were going to go for it at their own 18-yard line. I'm like, okay. I mean, that's a bit risky, but
yeah.
Trying to fake out the Redwoods defense and not let their really dangerous returners have a chance to run one back.
So here comes the Corsairs. Max Huff out of the shotgun. And a penalty flag, and that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, the false start.
Number 70, 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Who was that on?
Oh, I didn't get it.
False start on the Corsairs, and that's going to back them up 5 yards. And that's what we're talking about is penalties. They got to be smart on the penalties, and that right there is going to come back to bite them in the butt.
Yeah, that's not the way you want to start the game.
No, especially on the first possession.
Yeah, they want to clean it up from here on out.
So Max Huff is going to keep it. Max Huff pulls it down. Max Huff to the 50, and he's going to get up about a 10-yard gain on the play, and that's going to put him in midfield. And I'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Max Huff is so dangerous. I mean, if he finds any gap, he's gonna use it and get as much as he can. He's really smart. He's a really smart quarterback. He really he knows where the pressure is, even if he can't see it, and he really has a knack for getting away from it.
And that's why he played for Fortuna.
Exactly, really good Fortuna Husky.
He was. Oh, and here we go, a little bit reverse. Max Huff going deep. Max Huff catches the ball. And he trying to get shoved out of bounds, and he'll get shoved out of bounds.
Oh my God! There are flags on the field, though.
But there are 2 flags on the play. It could be coming back. What a smart play by the Redwoods.
Yes, they flipped it back to Demario Watson, and Demario Watson, we know he can pass the football, and got it to Max Huff on the near sideline at about the 30. But we'll see if it stands.
Oh, they're going to call Hutchinson on the ineligible receiver downfield. So that's going to take away the yardage and moves them back 5 yards.
Yeah, that's just an issue of maybe not everybody being on the same page there with those trick plays. You know, you might have a lineman downfield when they're not supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's tough. That was a really good play.
That was a good play. He had it up to the 29-yard line?
Yeah, it was around the 30.
But they had to bring it back due to the ineligible man downfield. So here we go. We're going to reset it. Brings up 2nd and 9. And sends a man in motion, fakes a pitch, throws it. Is that Watson?
Yep, that's Demario there.
Demario Watson. And the Rams there to tackle him out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Gain a minimal play gain on the play and 1-yard gain.
Good job by the Gavilan defense to pursue Demario. He's really dangerous out there in space, and they did a good job at getting to him quickly.
Brings up 3rd and 8. Huff out of the shotgun. Trying to draw the Rams off defense. Can't see who's the number behind Max is.
I think that's Emmanuel.
And another penalty flag.
I mean, you can't be committing false start penalties at home. I
mean,
you
can't.
You know, when you're on the road and the crowd's really loud, you know, maybe you can excuse it a few times. But when you're at home and the crowd is quiet, you know, giving you all the space you need to communicate, I mean, these are pretty inexcusable.
Yeah.
At this point. Yeah.
So instead of 3rd and 9 or 3rd and 8, brings up 3rd and 13. 3rd penalty. No, it's a 4th penalty. Is that 3rd?
I think that's a 3rd.
3rd penalty on the Corsairs. Max Huff looking for a man. Has a man wide open, and that ball is going to be incomplete. Almost picked off. But it'll bring up a 4th and 13 for the Corsairs.
That was a pretty dangerous throw. I mean, Max Huff was going forward in the pocket and just tossed it up there, and there were 3 Gavilan defenders and 1 Redwoods receiver, and they almost got the pick. So you really don't want to be putting the ball up there like that, especially this early and giving Gavilan any momentum.
Back to receive for the Rams is number 2, Henderson. And he's gonna let it bounce right around the 21-yard line. So the Rams will come back out for a 2nd possession. here in the first quarter. 9:54 left to play. And the Rams will take over. Yeah, you can't be committing those false start penalties, especially on the plays like that. And like you said, there must have been miscommunication on who was supposed to be down and who wasn't for that lineman.
Yeah, that happens, with those trick plays. The linemen go downfield when they're not supposed to, and that was that ineligible man downfield penalty. Not a great drive for Redwoods with the penalties, but it's early in the game, and I'm sure Coach White will be laying into him a little bit.
There's a tip ball, incomplete pass. Didn't know who the intended receiver was.
That was Julian Garcia who had gotten his hands on it.
This brings up 2nd and 10 for the. I wish I would put the ball. Yeah, no.
It's like it's at their own 21.
Yeah. Start at the 21-yard line. 2nd and 10 for the Rams. Monday out of the shotgun. It's the ball snap. Pass is completed. And there's two Corsairs that drive him backwards, but it's going to be about a 6-yard or about a 6-yard gain.
Jason Scirigioni on the catch there. And if Gavilan is going to beat Redwoods, it's going to be passes like into the backfield so quickly.
So it brings up 3rd and 7 for 3rd and 6 for the Rams. 4-yard gain on that play. Here comes a blitz from the right side. Monday gets rid of it. Pass is complete to Henderson, and that's going to bring up a 4th and about 5. 1-yard gain on the play. They had 2 blitzers come from the right and the left, and he somehow got rid of the ball.
I don't know how Monday got rid of that ball, honestly. It was closing in on all sides, like you said, and he somehow got it out in the flat and got pretty close to the sticks there, just a few yards short.
Did you see how his name was spelled? And it's not Monda, it's Munda.
Yeah.
That's an interesting.
It's not like the day of the week.
No, it's different. So Monday out of the shotgun. Good. Another pooch kick.
Yeah, I think.
And that's going to go out of bounds at the 40. I think they're going to spot him at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, Redwoods is going to have some really good field position. I think Gavilan is the same setup as Redwoods does, with the quarterback also being the punter. So expect a lot of those pooch kicks today.
8:10 remaining in the first quarter. Scoreless here at the Red Bull. Second possession for the Corsairs. Huff by himself. Looks like 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Sends a man in motion. Max looking to pass. Pass is complete. Stiffs arm one guy. Makes another guy miss. Another guy drags him out of bounds. And that's going to move him to about the 39-yard line.
Yeah, DeMario Watson over there on the catch. I mean, making guys miss with not a lot of space, and worked his way on the far sideline there. DeMario doing what he does best.
He can use his feet. He can use his legs.
Yeah, he can fake a lot of guys out.
Brings up 2nd and 2. That was an 8-yard gain by Watson. And they're looking at the coaches for the play. Looking to see what they're going to call. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. And I believe that's Watson again. Watson uses his legs this time. Watson gets tripped up, and he will be stopped about the 29.
Yeah, that was number 4, Emmanuel.
Oh, that was Emmanuel.
Yep.
So they're going to mark him at the 34-yard line.
He put some moves on the defense there, too.
He did.
Cool to see.
Looks like Emmanuel is back behind Huff. Manuel or Huff fakes a pass. Pass is complete.
DeMario
Watson in for the score. Touchdown, Redwoods. Max Huff finds Watson on a little in-route cut. And that puts him on the board for 6.
Yeah, that was a great job by Huff finding him out there over the middle. And DeMario Watson really did not have too much interference getting to the end zone. Great play. DeMario Watson, as I said earlier, it's shaping up to be a great game for him.
Kick is up, and the kick is good. 6:47 here to play in the first quarter. The Corsairs lead 7-0. That was probably about a 5 play?
Yeah, that was a pretty short drive. They took care of business there. Against the defending national champs in Georgia. It was just such a rough draw there.
Corsairs a kickoff, and that is going to be in bounds. Picks it up. Number 3, Henderson picks it up. One guy looks at it to see if it was going to go out of bounds, and then Henderson just was like, oh, here we go. And he goes to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if he would have let that go if it would have gone out of bounds. It looked pretty close.
Yeah, it looked like from the direction it was kicked, it was going to go out of bounds. But they got it. So 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line for the Rams. 6-4. Interview with Marty Cohiel, the executive director of college advancement and the CR Foundation. So that will be at halftime. We'll have an interview with him. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 12, a 2-yard loss.
It was Brian Hernandez there for Gavilan on the rush.
2-yard loss on the play. And this is what the Corsairs defense does. They will read what their opponents are in, find out where the gaps are, and just go through the gaps. And that's the teamwork right there.
Yeah, and it speaks to the coaching. I mean, the coaches here at Redwoods are really good. Jason White and his staff, they've done such a good job.
Speaking of the blitz, he threw that ball so fast I couldn't even tell where it went to.
I mean, that's the only way that Gavilan is really going to do anything in the passing game. I mean, they have to get the ball out quickly. It's going to be those quick hitters. If they're going to beat this Redwoods defense, it's going to have to be via the death by 1,000 cuts method.
So that was a 5-yard gain on the play there, 3rd and 7 for the Rams. Sends a man in motion. Monday looking to pass. Another blitz coming. Pass is complete. And to number 7, Jason, who they just sent in motion. And that's going to result in a Rams first down. I believe that is their first down of the first quarter. And that was a fire shot, too. He felt pressure, and he had, like you said, he has to get rid of the ball because they're going to feel pressure from the Redwoods.
Yeah, Justin Monday, that was a good play by him, finding his receiver quickly over the middle.
Monday looking to pass. Monday fires again. That was a hard hit by number 62.
That's 52, Logan Hall. The
52, yeah. Logan Hall.
The Brookings, Oregon native.
Yeah. That was a hard hit.
Yeah, he got there quickly.
So brings up 2nd and 5. 4.5 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Corsairs lead 7-0. Monday looking to strike again. Monday looking to pass. And the pass is picked off by number can't tell. Pass was picked off by the Corsairs, and the Corsairs will take over 1st and 10.
That was number 29, Shea Jimenez.
So Jimenez on the interception for the Corsairs. So that's what.
On that one, great read, picked it off.
10 seconds on the play clock. And it looks like, is that Emmanuel?
I believe that's Emmanuel, right up the middle.
Emmanuel goes up the middle, gains about 2 yards on the play, brings up 2nd and 8. 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Second and 7. 3-yard gain. Sends a man in motion. Does a little reverse again. Tries to stiff arm him. Still trying to stiff arm him. He goes back down. He was not going anywhere. And that was number 40, Bryce Davis, on the tackle.
Yeah, I believe that was Jaden Burns, wide receiver there, getting the football.
Brings up 3rd and 7. No gain on the play for Burns. They tried to fake him there, but the Rams read that one perfectly. Max Huff. And there's a Statue of Liberty play. There's a Statue of Liberty play, and Emmanuel carries the ball up to the 44-yard line, and that's where the Corsairs will take over 1st and 10. And that's the play right there I like.
Yeah, lots of trickery by the Redwoods so far.
Yep.
Great little fake. I mean, it wasn't, a really big, glitzy, trick play, but it worked to perfection there.
It did. And it got the Rams off guard. They didn't know who had the ball until they're like, oh, there goes Emmanuel.
So many weapons on this team. I mean, this is just such a handful for this Gavilan defense to deal with.
There are coaches calling out the plays. I wish they had other uniforms to wear. Max Huff looking to pass. That's a dart pass to...
It's Hurt.
Dante Hurt. That's going to bring up another Corsairs 1st down. 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. And why do they have 3 points on the board for the guest?
I don't think Gavilan has 3 points.
They don't. They haven't scored yet.
Unless I missed something.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. They punted twice.
Yeah, scoreboard says 7-3. I believe it's 7-0.
It's 7-0. And I couldn't tell who the running back was on that one.
It's Emmanuel right up the middle again.
Brings up 2nd and 8. Minute 25 remaining in the first quarter.
Up out to the right. It's caught by Demario Watson close to the 1st down marker.
Go tell them to fix the scoreboard. It should be 7-0, not 7-3.
And they're going to give him the 1st down. Another great catch by Demario Watson.
Thank you.
Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. This quarter went by fast.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Corsairs at the 20. Looks like at the 20 or 19-yard line. Max Huff sends a man in motion, fakes the handoff. And there's another touchdown, Corsairs.
So Jaden Burns.
Jaden Burns again. That makes the score 13-0 for the Corsairs. Another touchdown for Max Huff. The first one was to
Mario Watson.
Watson. This one is to Burns. The two receivers he hooks up with on an in and out route to score.
Yeah, just found Jaden Burns inside. The defense wasn't looking for it, and he walked into the end zone.
Nice snap, nice hold. It is good. With 25.6 remaining, the score is Corsairs 14, the Rams 0.
Yeah, great start for Redwoods. I mean, aside from that first possession, we'll forget about that one with all the penalties. Aside from that, it's been pretty much a perfect start for the Corsairs.
I have a feeling that Jason White is going to have a talk about that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, penalties in the locker room at halftime are definitely going to be a discussion. But if they play clean football for the rest of the half, it won't be as much of a discussion as it was after that first possession.
Rams deep back to receive. Corsairs getting ready to kick off. It's a little kick in the middle. Let's go back in the end zone, and the Rams will take over at the 20-yard line, I believe.
Yes.
NFL is 25.
Yeah. Try to keep all those rules straight sometimes.
No, they are putting it at the 25.
Yeah.
Did they start at the 25? I thought it was the 20.
Well, maybe.
I guess I'm wrong.
Yeah, me too.
It is the 25. All right. Well, Rams will take over 1st and 10 on their own 25. 25 seconds left to play in the first quarter. 14-0 is the score. Monday looking out of the shotgun. Hands the ball off, trying to get around, and he's going to go nowhere. I mean, he's going to go 2 yards backwards, and that's about it. And 13 seconds left to play, and it looks like they're just going to let the clock run to end the first quarter on a good note for the Corsairs.
Yep, about as good of a quarter as they could have played to start out here.
And that's going to conclude the first quarter. 14-0, the Corsairs lead the Rams here at the Red Bull on the campus of Cal Poly Humboldt. And we're looking forward to the rest of the game here. And I hate driving in the rain. Monday out of the shotgun. Monday looking to pass. Pressure coming. Finds a man up the middle. And that is number 3. That is Amari Henderson. That's Jason. I'm not even trying his last name. Number 7.
Yeah, I could try it. Scary Gioni.
There you go. Monday out of the shotgun. Looking to pass. Pass is... Ouch. Oh. I can't even complete my sentence after he hit that. After he hit him like that. Oh.
Man, that was Lane Brandstetter.
Oh.
Defensive back out of Ferndale.
Oh.
Put the hit stick on him.
He's like, you give me 1-on-1? All right. I'll show you how hard I hit.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to make you wish you had dropped that pass.
Kid's probably like, I got a bruise now.
Yeah.
And that's going to move the ball up for the Rams, and that's going to be a first down.
Yeah, 4th down and short. Give it right to the back. Got the line to gain.
1st and 10 for the Rams. Just starting the second quarter here. 2.5 minutes, or minute and a half in. 14-0 is our score. Corsairs lead the Rams. Looks like 3 to the right of Monday for the Rams. Justin gets the ball away. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and...
Yeah, lots of pressure in his face. And
Yeah.
Found a little screen pass to his receiver and found lots of room.
So it brings up 3rd and 6 on the play. A 4-yard gain for the Rams. We're trying to get you guys the numbers, but it's really hard to see.
Yeah, the Redwoods uniforms are not easy to spot.
And I don't
Numbers are not easy to spot.
I don't have a spotter for me, so I got to do the spotting myself.
Yeah, trying to help you out as much as I can here.
Monday looking to pass. And almost had the pick.
Almost picked off. Wow.
And here comes a late flag. This might be on the Rams.
I don't know though. The flag came from the secondary. This might be. Pass interference.
Well, the pass was over here, and the kid looked like he got pushed after the play.
Or yeah, it could be a after the play foul. Extracurricular activity, maybe.
Oh, so it is going to go against the Redwoods.
Yep, it's going to be PI.
Wow.
I'm not sure about that. That ball looked like it was uncatchable.
It was uncatchable, and the ball was already tipped. I don't agree with that.
Lane Brandstetter almost had that pick, and he's talking to the official. Is like,
yeah,
that was uncatchable.
And the ball was already tipped too. So
yeah.
how? Wow.
Yeah, and Jason White looks like he's talking to the official too. He doesn't agree with it. I'm not sure about that one.
I don't agree with that. That's a bad call.
On multiple different levels.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna throw a flag, throw it right away. I can text a buddy of mine who I ref football with and see if he agrees with that call. But I don't see where he was pass, like he did a pass interference, because the ball was uncatchable and the ball was already right through his hands. So I don't know what they saw or what the back judge saw, because it came from the, like you said, it came from the secondary.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure where the pass interference could have occurred, although, my eyes were on the ball, not elsewhere.
Yeah. So a 1 yard gain on the play, 2nd and 9. Monday out of the shotgun. Monday looking to pass. Ball is tipped. And that'll bring up 3rd and 9. 11:45 left to play here in the first quarter, or second quarter. And as you can hear the crowd getting into it here.
Yeah, the crowd showed up today.
Look at this. This pretty good turnout for this game.
Yeah, great turnout, and the weather sure helped.
Yeah. 3rd and 9. Monday looking to pass. Pressure coming. Heavy pressure. And I believe this is going to be a holding penalty.
It's definitely going to be a holding penalty. One of the offensive linemen took down one of the defensive linemen for Redwoods. I could see that pretty clearly.
Yeah. That's Logan Haller on the flag. So White's going to decline the penalty. Brings up fourth and a bunch for the Rams. That was a 6-yard loss in the play. So it looks like who's deep back?
I think that's Mason Pretty.
Pretty's back deep to receive for the Corsairs. Mason Pretty's been doing pretty good this year too.
Yeah, he's like the Swiss Army knife, defense and special teams. He can do just about everything back there.
Oh, pressure had him. Mason Pretty steps up. Mason Pretty makes one-man miss. He stays on his feet. Mason Pretty on the outside. Mason Pretty, he could go all the way. Mason Pretty, touchdown, Corsairs! And he caught that ball right at the 30-yard line. So the Corsairs lead 20-0 over the Rams. Oh my.
Yeah, Mason Pretty's done that before this season too. He almost got shoestring tackled by one of the Gavilan kick coverage players and almost fell down, but stayed on his feet, found room down the far side, and walked into the end zone. What a beautiful return by Mason Pretty.
I don't know. How many yards is that?
Man, 60, 70 yards?
So I'm going to... Oh, that kick is no good. The kick is no good. Sorry for those that heard that one. 11:03 left to play here in the second quarter. The Corsairs lead 20-0 after a Mason Pretty 70-yard touchdown return.
Obviously.
Yeah. Here we go. Kickoff by the Corsairs. That's a deep kick. And he's going to take a bounce at the 1-2 yard line. And he's going to be tackled right at the...
Short of the 15.
14-yard line. I believe he picked that up at about the 2.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, that was a great kick by Russell Baker out of Reading, and then great kick coverage by the CR kick coverage team pursuing the returner and getting him down short of the 15. Good field position for the Redwoods defense.
So 1st and 10 for the Rams at the 14-yard line. Runs up the middle, and that's going to be about a 4-yard gain on the play. Brings up second. Brings up 2nd and 5 on the play. 10.5 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. 20-0 is the score. Monday out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left. Fakes a handoff. Pass is completed to number 1. And that's Nathan Ortiz. And that's going to result in a first down Rams. So 1st and 10 for the Rams. I don't like it when they don't put where the ball's at. I think it's about the 26.
Yes.
26-yard line for the Rams. 1st and 10. Hands the ball off. Pushes off one guy. Tries to get around the outside. And that's going to probably be about a 2-yard gain for Amari Henderson.
I think Stephen Hill for Redwoods with really good pursuit.
So 1st and 10 or 2nd and 8 for the Rams. 9.5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. And just to remind you that the Corsairs will get the ball to start the second half as they chose to defer. Monday fakes the handoff, fires the ball to Jason. Jason gets a clean block, and Jason will have a ball up midfield, close to midfield, and that's going to bring up a first down for the Rams.
That was a really good quick hitter right over the middle, and receiver for Gavilan just found a lot of room.
Yeah, Jason was right there on the little in route there and struck him like he had to throw that ball because pressure was coming from the Corsairs. Looks like two receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Monday fakes the pump fakes, finds Ortiz again up the middle. Ortiz stays on his feet, stays in bounds. Nathan Ortiz gets up to about the
5-yard line.
Around the 5. They're going to mark him at the
8, it looks like.
8-yard line, and that's going to result in a first down for the Rams. So the Rams looking to fight back here.
Yeah, just poor tackling by the Redwoods secondary there. They had multiple chances to get him down, but he stayed on his feet, and really good field position, 1st and goal for Gavilan.
So the Rams looking to score here. Monday out of the shotgun, 1 to the right of him, 3 receivers out. Hands the ball off to Hernandez, and he's going to go backwards to the 10.
Yep, Redwoods defensive front showing up. I mean, this is a bend but not break situation. Redwoods needs to keep Gavilan out of the end zone, hold them to 3 points at the very most.
7.5 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. The score remains 20-0. Looks like the Rams are in the red zone. First time being in the red zone. Monday look at the pass. Monday gets rid of the ball. And there is no penalty flag for pass interference. Now that right there was pass interference. But
yeah, that could have been called.
They could have called it, but they didn't.
Great pursuit by Stephen Hill, the defensive lineman, and hit the quarterback really hard and forced that throw to be a little errant.
So 3rd and 9, ball on the 10-yard line for the Rams. Fans here at the Red Bull trying to cheer on the... Oh, here comes the blitz up the middle! The blitz up the middle gets the quarterback down. I'm not sure who that was. Well, he blitzed right up the middle and rang the doorbell. I was like, hello, I'm coming into your house.
Yeah, I think that was Marcus Irby, number 95.
Marcus Irby on the big sack for a loss. That quarter Monday was not even aware of where he came from.
He didn't even have time to think there.
He saw the blitz and was like, oh no, I'm going down.
Yeah, now it's 4th down and long with only the goal line to defend here. So
4th and 19, 10-yard loss on the play for the for the Rams. Ball's at the 19-yard line. Pressure coming again. Pass is complete this time. It's going to be caught for a touchdown.
Yeah, that was a busted coverage. He was wide open. Miscommunication in the secondary, I would imagine.
Amari Henderson on the completed pass from Justin Monday. And the Corsairs blitz that time again.
Yeah, and that's tough. I mean, that's a huge momentum shift to Gavilan. I mean, you had about 20 yards to defend to the end zone, and you let him get a pretty easy score. I assume Jason White is not going to be too happy with that.
Broke down the coverage, too.
And to DeMauro Wheeler, too, the defensive coordinator for Redwoods.
Extra point coming up for the Rams. Snap is good. Kick is good. But there is whistles and there's a penalty flag on the field. I don't know where it came from.
Could be maybe offsides.
False start? Or we're going to find out here what the flag is.
Illegal procedure. Number 34, defense was lined up over the snapper. The penalty is declined. Result of the play, extra point is good.
So legal procedure on the Redwoods was lined up over the snapper.
It's not a penalty you see too often.
No, it's not. So with 6:16 remaining in the second.
Like I said, there's a miscommunication in the defense. You can't let that happen too much more often in this game.
Corsairs ready to receive the kickoff. A little pooch kick. And he's just going to fall on top of it. Number...
Tyler Haskell, number 19.
Tyler Haskell.
Of Lakeport, California.
So it's going to set up a 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line for the Corsairs. So here comes the Corsairs marching on the field again. First possession here in the second quarter, correct?
I believe so.
Because that was a long possession for the Rams.
It's important that Redwoods hits back here.
There's Emmanuel, carries the ball, and he's going to go backwards, but there is a penalty flag on the field, and this could be holding against.
Yeah, I believe most likely that's going to be a holding call. Yep, and it will be.
Yeah, it's going against. That's another mental mistake for the Corsairs.
Offense number 63. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
Jesus on the penalty, freshman from Clovis, California.
Yeah, and this goes back to what we were talking about earlier. No self-inflicted mistakes.
Yeah.
We're up 20-7. We still have a pretty good lead. We need to execute here and not let Gavilan back into this game by making mistakes of our own.
So instead of a 1st and 10, it's going to be a 1st and a long way to go for the Corsairs. They need to get up to the 37-yard line. They're back at the 18-yard line.
1st and 20.
1st and 20. Huff out of the shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Pass is complete. Shakes off one guy. Shakes off another guy. Gets a blocker. And there's Burns again on the reception. And that's going to result in another 1st down for the Corsairs. So they come back from being back at the 18-yard line all the way up to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, just a nice little pass out into the flat. Jaden Burns fooling the Gavilan defense and having lots of room down the near sideline to maneuver. Great play call. Great play from Max Huff at that Redwoods offense.
5.5 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. 20-7 is the score. Max Huff and the Corsairs looking to score before halftime at least. Max Huff looking to pass. Max Huff finds a man wide open. And that's another 1st down for the Corsairs.
Mario Watson.
Watson again.
Getting it done.
38-yard line of the Rams. 1st and 10 for the Corsairs. Coach is calling at the plays. Chain crew working out there. Getting a hard work's labor in today for the chain crew. Max Huff looking to pass. Pressure comes. Finds a little screen to Levi Nyberg. First time we've called his number.
Another great play call.
Second down and 4 for the Corsairs. Ball on the 30-yard line. Levi Nyberg did like a little swing or a little swirl route. The 3 guys from Rams were coming to get Max, and he was able to deliver it to Levi.
Yeah, they're taking advantage of the aggressiveness of this Gavilan defense. Little quick hitters, screen passes.
Manuel looking to pass. Pass is deep, and it's completed to...
Is it Mario over there?
Is that Watson again?
Oh, that's Dante Hurd.
Dante Hurd. Little backwards pass from Max Huff to Emmanuel and throws it deep to Dante Hurd. And it's going to set up a 1st and goal for the Corsairs. 3:53 left to play here in the second quarter.
They flipped it back to Emmanuel on a great pass. Dante Hurd. It seems like everybody on this team can throw the football.
And that's going to be...
I think the defense moved first.
An offsides.
See what the call is, though. It will be.
So it's going to back him up 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 5. And there, I cannot tell with that sun. Are they right at the 5-yard line or the 6?
Yeah, I think they're at the 6, yeah.
1st and goal for the 6. Max looking to pass. Max does a little over the throat head, but it's incomplete.
To Dante Hurd. Either it was tipped or it was very underthrown.
Probably both.
Yeah.
3:25 left to play here in the second quarter. 20-7 is the score. Corsairs looking to score here again before halftime at the 6-yard line of the Rams.
Yeah, this is really important to punch back after that touchdown by Gavilan earlier.
It looks like Caleb Price is out to the right side of Max Huff. Max fakes it to Emmanuel, and there's Caleb Price again. Caleb Price cuts back in, and I saw that coming. Caleb Price.
Yeah, Caleb Price, big, tall wide receiver. He was doing this last week against Ianza. He just put the football up there. He's going to go up there and get it, and that's what he did there. It's just such a luxury for Max Huff to have so many great receivers.
So Max Huff finds Caleb Price. After I said his name, he found him in the end zone for a touchdown. Snap is a little bit high, but the kick is good. And the Corsairs lead by 20. 3:19 left to go in the second quarter. 27-7 is the score. Did I call that or what?
Yeah, you did. I mean, you could call it for any of these receivers. It's, Jane Burns, Caleb Price, Demario Watson, Dante Hurd. It's just such an issue for opposing defenses to deal with. You have to key in on so many guys. You can't double cover one guy because you're going to leave somebody else open on single coverage, and they're just going to go up and get the football. It's just so fun to watch.
Yeah. And as soon as I said Caleb Price's name, I saw him cut. I'm like, oh, that's where he's going.
That was receiver A1 right there. If I was playing Madden, that's where I would be going first time.
Corsairs getting ready to kick it off. And there's a high kick. It's going to be returned by Henderson. And Henderson gets tripped up right at the 30-yard line.
Now, with 3:15 left to go in the second quarter, it's really big for this Redwoods defense not to allow any big plays.
Yeah.
Keep the ball in front of them. If Gavilan is going to do anything, you have to make them work for it. Nothing easy.
And be smart on the penalties, too.
Yes, exactly. Play smart football.
Because
that's what the coaches are telling them on the sideline.
The holding penalties will come back and bite you.
Yeah, and pass interference penalties are, really hurt. I mean, it's not like the NFL where it's a spot foul, but it's still going to be 15 yards. That's big.
Yeah. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Rams at the 30-yard line. Jason goes in motion. Justin looking to pass. Justin steps up, and he's going down. And that is...
I believe that was Marcus Irby.
Marcus Irby on the sack for the Corsairs.
Marcus Irby, not a name I heard too much last week, but he's really making a name for himself today. Great game.
2:50 left to play here in the second quarter. And this game means a lot to the Corsairs.
Oh, yeah. There's no, might be before the game, might be a little bit worried about them overlooking the game today. That is not the case from what we're seeing. They're playing hard. They're playing like they really care about getting this win. That's great to see.
And a whistle and a timeout, Gavilan. So Gavilan will use their first timeout of the half. And just want to remind you that CR is brought to you by...
And then they lose to Oregon State or Cal or somebody they should easily beat, and then they're out. So we'll see.
Fakes the handoff, and I believe... Oh, the ball pops out! The ball pops out, and it looks like the
Corsair ball
might have recovered, and it is recovered by Corsairs. Another turnover for the Rams. Oh my, and looks like we have a Rams player down.
Yeah, and that's huge. I mean, getting the ball back with 2:19 left in the second quarter and then getting the ball to start the third quarter, that is huge for the Redwoods, and hopefully that Gavilan player over near his sideline is okay.
It looks like that's Ortiz, I believe. I can't really tell who's down, but it looks like Ortiz was the one that got the ball on the pitch. And it looks like he's up.
Walking slowly to the sideline. It's good to see.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Corsairs at the 20. Looks like the 28-yard line.
I believe so.
One interception for Justin Monday, and now a big turnover on a fumble recovery for the Corsairs. So Max Huff comes back out with the offense, 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff. Max Huff looking deep. One play. Touchdown! Corsairs! Is that Watson?
Dante Hurt.
Dante Hurt.
And Dante Hurt has had a huge game. He had a pretty good game last week, but today he is just going off.
So Dante Hurt, that one play. Holy smokes.
Yeah, really. I mean, I was hoping, they would at least get it done in a few plays, but one play, quick hitter, and they get it done. Some good momentum going into the half. They get the ball in the second half. I mean, the only slight downside is that Gavilan's going to have the ball some time.
The kick is up. The kick is good. 2:13
But I don't think the Redwoods coaches are going to be complaining about getting an easy touchdown before halftime. That's not something anyone's going to complain about.
And again, just want to remind you that CR is brought to you by Susan and Greg Gear. Deep returned from the 10, and that's Ortiz, and he gets tripped up. Nathan Ortiz on the reception.
Levi Nyberg, our running back on special teams, making a great tackle there.
There's Levi, like you mentioned, Levi Nyberg.
Fortuna Husky.
That's right, he did play with Max.
Yep.
1st and 10 for the Rams. 2:07 left to play here in the second quarter. Rams are trying to score here.
Yeah, I mean, if they really want, any chance of being in position to win this game, they really need to do something here.
Yeah. It's just the pressure by the Corsairs. They can't do anything. Almost picked off right through the hands, and he stays up on his feet and down to the 45-yard line.
And it was almost picked off and then right into the hands of the Gavilan receiver there.
Looks like Jason again on the play.
Yep.
He had it in his hands, and then it went right through, and Jason was able to complete it. So 1st and 10 for the Rams on the 45-yard line of the Corsairs. They're trying to get to the other side before halftime. Minute 30 left to play here in the second quarter. Monday throws it up, and it is intercepted by number 20.
It was 28, Jack Hartman.
28, Jack Hartman. And the Corsairs, another interception.
Yeah, I mean, that was not a very good throw.
That was a terrible throw.
Right to the Redwoods defensive back. That was a pretty easy one to get.
Yeah. So Corsairs will have another chance to break open the score, if you want to call that.
Yeah, minute 30. Redwoods is absolutely rolling right now. Firing on all cylinders.
You think the Rams would walk away?
There have been quite a few forfeits. I don't know.
1st and 10 for the Corsairs, that right at the 36-yard line, 37-yard line. And that pass is complete. Makes another man miss. Cuts up the field, and a touchdown saving tackle.
That's number 85, Darryl White. Just making defenders miss, going all the way down the field.
Louis Vapcano was on the touchdown saving tackle for the Rams.
Darryl White out of Aurora, Colorado.
Ooh, that's a name we haven't heard yet. Max looking to pass. Pass is complete. Stays in bounds, and he'll be stopped. Are they gonna? Is it gonna be a first down?
I believe so. That's Nathan Lopez on the reception. With Cibola, New Mexico.
And it looks like the Redwoods are going to use their first timeout of the first half. 56 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. 34-7 is the score. Rams have to find a way to get back into this game.
Yeah, they're looking absolutely lost right now. I mean, Redwoods just have taken all the momentum and run away with it. They're up 34-7 with just under a minute left, and they're getting the ball in the second half. So things looking pretty good for the Redwoods and their fans.
Do you think you would just kneel it here and go into halftime with a big lead, or do you go for another touchdown?
You got to run up the score, especially in the first half. You never know what can happen in the second half.
True. So Max Huff out of the shotgun, 56.9 to play. Max Huff looking to pass. Has a man.
Oh, the defensive back got there a little bit early. There's no flag.
There's no flag for pass interference. Wow. I mean, they're not going to call one down here, and they're going to let that one go too. So, I mean, but the one I still don't agree on was the one down here.
Yeah, that was pretty egregious. I think it was Nathan Lopez down there, and with the defensive back draped all over him. Looked like he got there a bit early. Officials didn't call it.
I guess we got to go by what the officials say.
Yep. So ultimately their decision down there.
That's why we're up here in the booth.
Exactly.
Max Huff. Pressure was coming. Max Huff completes the pass. Levi Nyberg. Touchdown, Corsairs.
Another beautiful play call.
Wow.
Another beautiful play call from Jason White in College of the Redwoods. Just a little screen pass completely catches Gavilan off guard. Nyberg walks into the end zone. Redwoods has been doing this all day so far.
33-point lead here in the second quarter, 40.9 left to play. 40-7 is the score right now. PAT to come for the Corsairs. Nice snap, nice hold. Kick is no good again. So there's a flag. So this could be an offsides.
Yeah, hopefully for CR it is. Give him another chance at it. And it will be.
Or encroachment. If you want to call it encroachment or offsides.
I believe encroachment is if they make contact with somebody on the other side of the line of scrimmage. But they're going to get another chance at the PAT here.
And it sucks too because the sun's right there in your eyes. So,
yeah, tough kicking conditions. I mean, it could be worse.
Defense number 23. Will replay the PAT.
So 23 is Mikel Matthews for the Rams, and they're going to try the PAT. Kick is up, and the kick is good.
You just needed another chance.
41-7 is the score. 40.9 left to play in the second quarter. A 34-point lead for the Corsairs, and they have this one. I mean, I can't call it yet because there's still a half to play, but I believe they feel really good about this.
One thing you cannot dispute is that the College of the Redwoods is not overlooking this game.
Exactly.
They're not thinking of this as just a game to get past on the way to Feather River. They're in the moment and they're playing really well.
Exactly, and like you heard Jason White talk earlier on the pregame, they're not overlooking this game. They're focusing on this game. And once they get to next week, then that's when they're going to look towards the big game. But, they're focused on this game right now. And this is the game that matters the most. And those of you that are listening, cheer on the De Anza Lions, please, because we want them to beat Feather River.
I'm not seeing a score from there yet.
And Corsairs all over the returner for the Rams. Ball's going to be spotted at the 27-yard line. 35.5 left to play here in the second quarter till halftime. Now, this is taking longer than I expected.
Yeah, lots of scoring in the second quarter. It's going to slow down the game a little bit, but Corsairs are not going to complain. They are up right now.
Yeah. I mean, when we say they're up big.
Yeah, they're up big.
It's not as bad as I saw a high school score at halftime. It was 109-0.
Yeah, I think I saw that too. Was that the one that was called?
Yeah. Hands the ball off to Henderson, and that will stop the clock for just a moment, and that's going to result in, is it going to be a first down Rams, or are they going to mark it short? And then it looks like they're going to give it to them. So 1st and 10 for the Rams.
So bad news for those of us who are rooting for De Anza. Feather River is up 18-3 with 1:07 left to go in the second quarter.
Oh.
Down in Cupertino.
That's a heartbreaker.
Still time left in that one. It's not as big of a deficit.
Exactly. You read my mind on that one. 28 seconds to play. And pass was broken up.
Quick hitter. It looked like it was almost intercepted, but fell incomplete.
2nd and 10 for the Rams. 22.5 left to play here in the second quarter. 41-7 is the score.
Who do we have coming up at halftime?
We have Marnie Cahol. He's the executive director of college advancement in the CR Foundation. He's going to talk about the foundation donations to CR, and he's going to talk about the new complex for athletics, and he's going to talk about the auction as well.
Run up the middle, about a yard short of the line of game.
So that's who we have coming up at halftime. It's the executive director of college advancement in the CR Foundation. Timeout Rams?
Gavilan, I believe, yep.
So 14.2 remaining in the second quarter. It's 41-7. The score. It is warm.
Yeah, it's warmed up. I've noticed going to these games over the years, most of my life, is that if it's a day game and it's sunny, it's going to be about 20 degrees warmer in the Redwood Bowl than it is outside the Redwood Bowl.
Yeah.
With the turf field and everything, it kind of just baking here.
Oh, and those of you that are listening, the men's basketball team won yesterday.
Let's go.
And they are on the road again today. The women's volleyball team lost last night to Feather River, and they play against Shasta College today for their final season game.
Let's go Corsairs in all sports.
We appreciate you supporting the football team as well. So it's 3rd and 2 for the Rams. Run up the middle. And it's going to be stopped short. And that's going to do it for the second quarter. Oh, a penalty flag flies in.
A little extracurricular activity, maybe?
They got a player running off the field with his helmet off. We'll wait to see. They got 0.9 seconds on the clock.
I mean, look, when you're down... I know it's going to be a taunting penalty on Redwoods. That's just, undisciplined. I mean, when you're up by 41-7, you don't need to be doing that.
So that's going to be Julian Garcia. So 41-7 the score at halftime. We'll be right back for the interview with Marty.
Okay. making their way onto the field. It's going to be Diego Gonzalez kicking off for the Rams. And Mason Pretty and Demario Watson back to return for Redwoods. They look to see this one out. Kick is off. We're underway here in the second half. Strong kick. It's going to go back to the end zone. Pretty's going to take it, and he's going to run it out. He's at the 10. Up the middle side, stepping a few defenders. He's getting away. Flag flies. He's at the 30. He's still running on the far sideline. Stiff arms a defender out to the 40. But I imagine this one is probably going to be coming back. You see a flag on a long return like that. Usually it's a hold or a block in the back or something of that nature. Hopefully I'm wrong. See what the call is here.
We have 2 fouls on the play. Offside, number 42 of the kicking team. During the return, holding, number 52 of the return team. Those penalties offset. We'll repeat the kickoff.
Okay, so it's going to be offsetting penalties, and offsides on the kicking team, a holding penalty on the Redwoods on the return. So they are going to repeat the kickoff, and works out in favor of the Rams because Mason Pretty had a really nice return. And I'm sure they're not going to kick it to his side again, although on the other side they have Demario Watson, who's just as dangerous, if not more dangerous. So I think Diego Gonzalez is just going to want to kick this thing out of the back of the end zone if he can. They'll set up to redo the kickoff. And foot meets ball. And it's going to roll into the end zone and out the back of the end zone for a touchback. So not giving either of the very dangerous Corsair returners a chance to run it back. And Redwoods will start at the 25-yard line. Giving them some playing time. So Max Huff's going to start at the 25. He's going to hand off to EI, going to the right side. He has some room. Down the right side, he has the first down and more, pulling defenders out to about the 42-yard line. So almost a 20-yard gain. And it looks like we have a player down for Gavilan on the far side near their sideline.
We also have a penalty in the backfield, too.
And a flag. So the training staff out to check on the Ram players down. And it's offensive holding. Don't want flags like that. You're up 41-7, but you still want to play disciplined football. Of course, timeout for that injury. Check in around FBS college football, some of the top 25 scores. Alabama and Ole Miss are tied at 17, third quarter. And it looks like that Gavilan player is making his way off the field. Not putting any weight on that right foot, so hopefully he's going to be okay. Max Huff, it'll be first down and 10 on their own 20-yard line. The holding penalty. Great run by Emmanuel. It's canceled out. Hand off to EI again. He's going to the left, and he's taken down pretty quick. Not sure if he got back to the line of scrimmage. Might have lost a yard there. So it'll be 2nd and 11 from the CR 23. Huff in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 left. He's going to hand it off to EI, and he's not going to get very much. But he's going to bounce it out. He actually wasn't taken down. It looked like he was going to be taken down by a bunch of Gavilan defenders, but works his way out of bounds for a gain of a few yards. And I would expect with Redwoods up 41-7 that there's going to be a lot more run plays called to try to bleed as much clock as possible. So 3rd down and about 7. Huff in the shotgun. 2 receivers on both sides. Steps back to pass. Throws to his left. The ball was tipped and incomplete. Looked like the Rams defensive front got a hand on it, so that's going to bring up 4th down. And CR will punt. Max Huff is going to take off the quarterback hat, put the punter hat on. He's going to kick off to Brian Hernandez. Back to return for the Rams. The snap. The kick and a pretty good punt. It's going to send Hernandez back to the 30, and it takes a pretty good roll just short of the 30. Will head out of bounds right at their own 30-yard line. It's not a bad punt. The Rams will start with the football.
First and 10 for the Rams as they come out on their own 31-yard line. 13-14 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, 41-7. So it looks like the Rams will take a timeout to start their possession. First timeout of over to the Rams. Brings up 1st and 10 for the Rams on their own 31. Justin out there with a receiver to the right. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Fakes the handoff. The screen pass to
Brian Hernandez, it looks like.
Brian Hernandez, and that's going to result in a first down for the Rams. So 1st and 10 for the Rams. First play of their possession.
And the key for the CR defense is keeping everything in front of them and tackling inbounds. Of course, anything to keep the clock moving. No big plays.
1st and 10. Hands the ball off to, looks like, Amari Henderson, and he's going to go nowhere. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Rams. Of course, there's new coming into this game. They couldn't count out the Rams. And even though they're down 34 points, there's still time left to play in this game. They still can't count them out yet.
Yeah, you just got to play disciplined football. You know, don't hurt yourselves unnecessarily. You know, as a defense, keep everything in front of you. Keep them in bounds. No big plays.
And the pressure got to him. He pulled it down and looks like again, that's 68.
Julian Garcia.
Garcia on the sack. Rams have 3 turnovers, I believe. 2 interceptions and a fumble.
Yes.
And it looks like a false start. So it looks like Jason got a little bit ahead on the snap. So back him up 5 yards. That'll be third and 19 on the 35-yard line of the Rams. I believe the coaches for the Rams are going to have a lot to talk about on the way home.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't helped themselves out very much either. I mean, the Redwoods team has just been a lot better in many areas of the game, but they've shot themselves in the foot many a time.
Justin out to pass, pressure again. Justin scrambles, was looking for Nathan Ortiz and flips it over at his head, so it's going to bring up 4th and long.
Yeah, if he would have found Nathan Ortiz, he had a lot of room in front of him.
He had green grass on the other side.
He just floated it over. That would have been a big play if he was able to catch that.
Brings up 4th and 19 for the Rams. Looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field, or they're going to go punt.
I would probably think, based on what we've seen so far, it's probably going to be another pooch punt situation.
Pooch punt. They got 2 receivers out to both sides.
But down by as many as they are, they could go for it. It's going to be the pooch.
There's a high punt and a fair catch by Mason Pretty. He had to take it from the side.
Yeah, that's pretty easy for Mason Pretty to do. In addition to being one of the safeties, he's also a regular punt returner, so pretty routine for him.
So the Corsairs will come out with the ball 1st and 10, right at the 32-yard line for the Corsairs. Looks like Max Huff is trotting back out on the field with his offense. Looks like they're going to have 3 receivers out to the right. It looks like just 1 to the left.
Levi Nyberg back there in the backfield.
Sends a man in motion. Is that Burns?
It's Nathan Lopez.
Nathan Lopez on the carry. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 1. 9-yard gain on the play for Lopez.
Yeah, I got to say, the play calling has been great in this game I assume Jason White's the one calling the plays down there. And he's done a great job.
There's Levi Nyberg, gets the ball handed off, makes one man miss, tries to make another man miss. He gets wrapped up by 2 Rams, and that's going to bring up another Corsairs 1st down. Moves the ball past the 50-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Corsairs at the 47-yard line. 9:44 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. And Levi Nyberg thought he was going to escape, but he gets dragged down for a 2-yard loss on the play. Brings up 2nd and 12 for the Corsairs. Max looking to pass. Little screen route. And there he goes. One man to beat. Stops. Does a stutter stop. And he gets pushed out of bounds.
Daryl White.
Daryl White on the pass from Huff.
He put some great moves on some of those Ram defenders, making them miss down there. And not a lot of room to work with on the sideline, too. So great play.
Ball is put at the just inside the 18-yard line for the Corsairs. They're getting down to the red zone. 2 out to the right, 1 to the left. Nyberg in the backfield. Nyberg gets the ball, and he'll be stopped. And another flag is going to fly.
There was some extracurricular activity on the far side of the field between Redwoods receiver and one of the Gavilan defensive backs. So I assume it's coming from that little exchange down there.
Maybe there wasn't a flag.
Yeah, I assume there was.
I thought
there was some pushing and shoving and pulling.
I thought that's what he reached out for. I thought that's what flew up in the air. There's Levi Nyberg on the right side. Levi Nyberg is going to be stopped short of the touchdown.
There's a flag.
And I jinxed it.
Well, we'll see. But usually when it's a long run, you know it's probably going to be holding.
Yeah. So it looks like it's going to stand. Is it going to be a face mask or is it going to be a hold?
You know what? It could be.
A late hit out of bounds, too.
Yeah. That is right.
I can't see because the sun's right there. They're taking a long time to do this.
The flag is at like the 5-yard line.
Yeah, where the play
on the near side
where the play ended.
Yeah, where he was pushed out. So you're right. It could be a late hit sort of situation.
Holding. Offense number 10.
Offense?
He said offense and then pointed to the defensive side of the football.
So he pointed to the offensive side, but he pointed in the wrong direction. He said, or he pointed in the right direction, but he said
offense.
He said offense instead of defense.
That is defensive holding, it looks like, based on where they are on the field.
So I like that he has somebody going to correct him.
Maybe they're discussing it and clarifying it.
So he pointed in the right direction, but
he said offensive holding when I believe, based on where the football is right now, that it was defensive.
It was defensive holding. Yeah, he pointed towards the Rams instead of the Corsairs. So it's 1st and goal. I believe the ball is inside the 3. Sorry, folks, it's really hard to tell where the ball's at. Another flag is thrown.
Yeah, it looks like multiple flags. Holding or maybe offsides on the defense.
Or a low block below the waist.
True.
I've seen someone go low.
Legal substitution. Defense, 12 players on the field.
All right. Redwoods will take that. Illegal 12 men on the field on defense.
So legal substitution. So the Rams coaches are not very happy with this officiating crew. I can see the Rams coach getting a little irritated. They didn't like that holding call that they had.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really argue too much about 12 men on the field if they count 12 players. Then
Right.
That's pretty much it.
All right, here we go. 1st and goal, or 2nd and 6. Hands the ball off. Is that Levi?
It is.
Levi Nyberg takes it around the right side, and he's going to be in for a touchdown, Corsairs.
Yeah, great blocking. Had lots of room in front of him, just off to the left.
And another Rams player is down on the out of bounds. And it looks like he's holding his knee, or he's trying to get up and walk. And there he goes. He gets up on and trots off himself. So, Corsairs 46, Rams 7, 7-12 remaining in the third quarter.
47 to 7.
47 to 7. I thought they have 41.
Score says 47.
It is 47. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So that puts the Corsairs ahead 48 to 7. 7-12 remaining in the third quarter, and the Corsairs have opened up the score even farther against the Rams.
Well, with them opening up the score a little bit more, do you think Max Huff is going to be coming in next possession, or do you think it's going to be rotate in a backup?
He's probably going to rotate the backup.
Yeah, I would think so at this point.
With the score as high as it is, I'm pretty sure he's going to go with the backup.
Now, Tegan Gaither is hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Leighton Dunlap, I believe, is the active backup.
Yeah, Gaither is hurt.
Yeah, that's a shame because he was playing really well, too.
Corsairs looking to kick off deep. That's Ortiz on the return. Gets one block, makes one man miss. Tries to make another man miss. Gets tripped up at the 31. Right? Or are they going to mark it at the 30?
I think the 31.
31-yard line for the Rams. Huh? No, I can't. It's hard to see. It's hard to see because the sun is right here.
Switch spots?
Yeah, let's switch spots because I'm having a hard time seeing.
Yeah.
Station ID on right now.
What?
Station ID on
This helps a little bit.
Quick throw for about a yard gain.
It's fine. Monday out of the shotgun. Monday looks to pass. Pass is complete. Stays in bounds to Ortiz. And that's going to bring up a first down for the Rams.
Monday connected number 1 Nathan Ortiz for a first down. First and 10 from
Right at the 49-yard line. Rams comes out with 2 receivers on each side. One to the back. Jason goes in motion, then goes back out. Justin looking to throw. Justin has a man who comes back for a completed catch. And that is going to be
Jason Scaragione.
Jason on the reception. Brings up second and about 3.
A good job by Jason to work back to the football that was underthrown. Came back and got it.
5:26 remaining in the third quarter. 48 to 7 is the score. Justin fakes hands it off and has a lane, and he'll get carried out of bounds.
Mari Henderson.
Henderson on the run. First and 10 for the Rams. Ball inside the ball on the 18-yard line. 4:50 remaining. Looks like Justin's going to go out of the shotgun alone. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Now Henderson comes to the right of him. Pressure up the middle. And he is going to be sacked in the backfield. A 12-yard loss.
Jaden Sandusky.
Sandusky came from the middle, and he saw that pressure, 2 of them. But Jason got there to bring him down, and that's going to bring up a second and a long way to go. They're going to spot him right at the 27-yard line, so a 9-yard loss on the play. Brings up second and a bunch. 3:55 to play in the third quarter. CR is brought to you by Susan and Great Gear and by listeners like you.
You are listening to KCCH LP 96.7 Eureka. KCCH is also streaming at kcch.accesshumboldt.com.
Whistles and a timeout.
Timeout, Gavilan. That's the second charge timeout.
Taken by the Rams. This will be a second timeout for them in the third.
Quarter there in Cupertino.
Ugh.
Not good news there.
After the timeout, Rams come out. Justin looking to pass. Justin has a man intended for
Nathan Ortiz.
Ortiz.
He had him open too if that throw was a little more on target.
Brings up 4th and long for the Rams.
4th and 19 here.
Wonder how good their kicker is.
I don't know. They've not tried a field goal yet in this game.
15 seconds on the play clock.
But this is obviously 4-down territory here for the Rams.
Justin looking to pass. Incomplete, intended for Jason. And that's going to turn the ball over back to the Corsairs. And let's see who's going to be quarterback for the Corsairs. They might stick with Max Hub.
They might. They might let him play out the rest of the third quarter and then hand over the reins to another quarterback to start the fourth. It will be Max Huff.
So Max Huff will trot back out there with the offense for the Corsairs. 3:31 remaining in the third quarter. 48-7 the score. Corsairs have widened the lead from 41-7 at halftime. Max hands the ball off to, I believe that's Nyberg. And Nyberg will get it up to about the 29-yard line. Brings up second. And 8. Second and 8 for the Corsairs. Sends a man in motion. Hands the ball off. Gets one block, makes another man miss. And I believe that is Burns on the carry. But there is a penalty flag in the backfield. That was Nathan Lopez on the carry, but this may be coming back for a hold.
I would imagine that's the most likely scenario here. Yep.
And I believe that's Henderson on the hold. Or Hutchinson, and they're going to get Hutchinson on the hold. So instead of a first down, it's going to be second and about 18. Second and 18 for the Corsairs. 2 on each side of Max. Max stepping back. Max looking to pass. And another penalty flag.
2 flags.
2 flags in the backfield. And this one is going to probably... And there's a third flag.
There are going to be offsetting penalties here. Flag in the backfield, probably going to be holding, block in the back of some sort, and then that late hit there.
So it looks like these might offset.
Yeah, that's the worst possible scenario for Redwoods here is that they offset.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're probably going to get Ricky Navarro for the Rams. He was not too happy towards the officials there after that flag was thrown late.
So we'll wait and see what the calls are.
Still discussing it. I mean, they're dealing with multiple flags. There were 2 thrown in the backfield, and then obviously that one, that late hit at the end of the play.
Got 2 fouls on the play. Holding. Offense number 79. At the end of the play, personal foul. Late hit, unnecessary roughness. Number 99 of the defense. The first penalty will be assessed half the distance to the goal. Then we will assess 15 yards on the defense. Automatic first down.
It's going to be a net positive of 5 yards for Redwoods, I'm guessing.
So it's going to go back 10 yards, and then it's going to go back 15 yards for the Rams, and then are they giving him first down?
Yeah, automatic first down on the late hit. It's going to be at the 24-yard line.
2.5 minutes left to play here in the third. So first and 10 for the Corsairs. Hands up the middle. There is... I can't tell who it is.
38.
38 is Tyrus Arakowa. So Tyrus on the handoff brings up another Corsairs first down.
Out of Hawaii.
That's a hard name to pronounce.
Yeah.
First and 10 from the, it's like the 46-yard line is where they have it spotted on the other side of the 50. And Tyrus again gets the ball handed off to him, and he fights for yardage, and it's going to be brought up to the 40-yard line.
Man, he's a tough runner.
He is. He doesn't want to go down. They're going to mark him at the 41-yard line. So 5-yard run on the play brings up second and 5.
Yeah, I expect a lot of run plays here. Redwoods trying to bleed as much clock as they possibly can.
A minute 10. 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. 48-7 is a score. And there's a pitch out to Tyrus. And he tries to escape, but he gets tripped up. No gain on the play. 3rd and 5 for the Redwoods. Under a minute to play. 48-7 is the score. Last week's game when the Rams met Merced, it was 52-6. So they got 1 point better than they did last week. Max looking to pass, completes the pass, and that is going to be enough for a first down, Corsairs.
Bryce Gratz.
10 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Bryce Gratz out of St. Bernard's in Eureka.
Gratz on the reception. And that is going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Your score, Corsairs 48, Rams 7.
Another update from Cupertino. Feather River now up 32-3 over De Anza. 14-19 left in the 4th quarter there.
What are the other updates from the games? Any more updates?
Let's see. Butte leading Shasta 23-17. Had another forfeit down in Southern California. Grossmont. Compton forfeiting to Grossmont. College's Sequoias up 29-17. West Hills Coalinga and Merced, there's no score reported there.
In other news, 24-24 Mississippi and Alabama.
That's a good game.
Nyberg met in the backfield for a loss on the play. Brings up 2nd and 11. Is that Huff still out there?
Huff is still out there. I would imagine if they're going to take him out, they would let him finish this possession and then maybe let the backup come in on the next possession.
Or you could still keep him out there for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, it's up to Jason White. Up 48-7. Do you want to risk an injury to your starter late in the game with such an important game coming up next week?
Gets a snap off. Pass is incomplete.
Yeah, forward pass that was dropped.
Yeah.
Nohea Sharp out of Half Moon Bay.
30 seconds on the play clock for the Corsairs. 14-13 left in the game. From besides the penalties, the Corsairs have just been done astronomical.
Yeah, just another complete game. I mean, all areas of the team just firing on all cylinders. Really, you can't. There's not really many areas that head coach Jason White is going to complain about. I mean, as a head coach, you're always going to find something that you can get better at.
A little dump pass, and he's going to go nowhere. So it's going to bring up a 4th. 4th and 12 for the Corsairs, and it looks like they're going to punt.
Yeah, possibly a little pooch punt from Max Huff here. Unless they want to go for the jugular and try to get the first down.
I mean, Max can use his legs.
Definitely true. Clock will stop, though, if they don't get the first down.
He got hit hard. As soon as he got rid of the ball, he just gets flattened.
Yeah, he's getting up, jogging off the field. Looks to be okay, thankfully. That was a hard hit.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. Ball will be spotted at their own 37-yard line. 13:35 left to play. fakes a handoff, throws it to the right. And he still is up on his feet. Not wanting to go down is Brian Hernandez.
Yeah, it looked like everyone stopped for a second. They thought he was down, but he just barely stayed up and got a yard or two more.
So it brings up second about 8. He got 2 yards out of that. 3 yards. Justin the pass. Pass is complete to Ortiz. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 1. 6-yard gain on that play.
Gets the ball out to the 46. They're down and 1.
So 3rd and 1 for the Rams. 12:15 left to play here in the 4th quarter. Justin looking to pass. Justin feels the pressure. Justin gets rid of it. And the pass is incomplete.
Almost picked off.
And luckily there was no flag on that play for holding. For defensive holding. And that's what the Rams wanted. But they kept the flags in the pocket.
Look at those. Mason Pretty, who almost got himself in position to make a pretty easy interception, but it fell incomplete.
So 4th and 1 for the Rams. 12:05 left to play here in the ball game. Justin fakes a handoff, rifles the pass, completes it to Ortiz, and that's going to result in a 1st down for the Rams.
Yeah, another quick hitter. Lots of good pressure from the CR defensive front. And Monday was able to get it out pretty quick.
So 1st and 10. Ball looks like it's spotted right on the 40.
And again, if they're going to score, you need to make them work for it here.
Mm-hmm.
Just little chunk plays, keep everything in front of you.
Monday looking to pass, looking for Ortiz again. Or no, excuse me, that's not Ortiz. Looks like a whole substitute of Corsairs subbing in.
Jason Scaragione. It's a target there on that last throw.
11:31 left to play here in the game. Looks like 3 to the right of Justin. Pressure coming. Steps up, throws it, and it is incomplete. A penalty flag.
It looks like they're going to call
A DPI.
Thomas Greiner with defensive pass interference, but in my opinion, it looked like he got there right at the same time as the football did. So
yeah,
I think this would be a pretty tough penalty on him.
So it's going to be 1st and 10.
Yeah. Yep. If you ask me, Thomas Greiner made a really good play. He got there right at the same time as the football, but the officials deemed that he got there a little too early.
So brings up a Rams 1st down. Inside the, looks like the 26-yard line for the Rams. Timeout for the Redwoods. This will be their first timeout of that 4th quarter. CR is brought to you by Susan and Greg Gear and by listeners like you.
We have to break and read out the winning raffle number once again. The winning ticket was 9784741. 9784741. Please work your way up.
Score has not changed in Cupertino, so 38-3 Feather River. So it looks like that result holds. Feather River and Redwoods will still remain tied atop the Pac-7 conference, and next week's game is obviously words can't really state that it's going to be a very important game, most important game of the year for Redwoods. Oh boy, I think it's
down south?
inland quite a bit. I don't remember exactly.
Monday looking.
Oh, it's in Quincy, so they have to go over to Quincy.
Pass is
Incomplete.
So it brings up an injured player.
Lineman for
The Rams.
Yep, it's going to be about a 5.5-hour drive east to Quincy next week for the Corsairs.
Ooh.
Over $299.
Game starts at 1.
Believe so.
If you're able to make it over there, go ahead and try to make it go support the Corsairs. They can use all the support they need. They can handle.
Yeah, some visiting fan support, I think, would probably go a long way there.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure these fans down here are going to make the trip over there, especially the ones that have players playing.
Yep.
But that should be a great game. Hopefully the Corsairs can stun Feather River like they stunned Foothill. But I tell you what, these guys have played so tough that, the close games that they've played with these other teams, and then they come in and they beat Foothill, has put a story out there for the Redwoods that it has brought them together, has brought them up to where people are looking at the Corsairs like, oh my gosh, look at this team, look how well they're doing, and even though they are playing some tough teams, De Anza it was a tough game for them.
Yeah, Dean's had a really good offense. And I mean, look, after 3 years of not having a program and losing the first 2 games, I think a lot of people maybe thought, well, they might make 500. You know, they might have some good games. They might lose as many games as they win, but they have surprised and shocked a lot of people. But I don't think anybody within this program is really that surprised about how good they are.
Well, they have a good coach too.
Yeah, the coaching has been stellar.
Justin hands the ball off.
Oh. A little bit of extracurricular after the play, but no flags. But yeah, it just speaks to how good the coaching staff is. You're back after a 3-year absence. You have to recruit. Your team, except for one player, is all freshmen. I mean, the job that Jason White, Damaro Wheeler, the rest of the coaching staff has done is outstanding. Damaro Wheeler was actually the last head coach of the HSU football team. So having him on the staff is a really good get for the Corsairs.
3rd and 5 for the Rams. Justin looking to pass.
Oh, what a hit.
Did you catch that?
Yeah, they're going to say he caught it on the far sideline at about the 3, but he was rocked right when he caught the ball by one of the Redwoods defensive backs over there.
So 1st and 10, 1st and goal for the Rams. Knocking on the door of the Redwoods in the red zone. First and goal. Will be spotted about the 2 or 3 yard line for the Rams. Looks like Rams are trying to score here. Hands up, ball off, and there is a penalty flag that comes in the backfield, though. This might be holding or a late hit.
Yeah, pretty easy touchdown there for Amari Henderson, but it's going to come back.
So holding against the Rams on Nathan Zavaleta. And that's going to be a first and goal for the Rams again.
Go from the 12-yard line.
Rams trying to score here. 9:49 left to play in the game. 48-7. Looks like they have runner in motion. Looking to pass. That pass is incomplete. Brings up third. Second and goal. Rams trying to score here to make it a little closer. They'll still be down three touchdowns. Justin tries to get out of there. Pass is incomplete. Brings up third and goal. Is it fourth down or third down? I can't tell.
Well, the stick shows third down.
So third and goal from the 12-yard line. The defense of the Corsairs are stopping the offense from scoring. Third and goal. Justin overthrows his intended receiver.
I don't even know who the intended receiver would have been. He threw it to nobody in the end zone. Must have been a miscommunication.
He probably wanted him to go a little bit farther out, but he stopped.
Yeah.
So it brings up fourth down. It would have been a touchdown if there wasn't a holding penalty, but the holding penalty is what caused him to go backwards. So fourth and goal, ball in the 12-yard line for the Rams. Justin looking to pass. Justin finds a man, and he's going to be stopped. And the Corsairs will get the ball back right around the 10-yard line. So the Corsairs will take over first and 10.
Good stop by the defense. All they need to do is keep him out of the end zone, and they did.
9:11 to play here in the fourth quarter. 48-7 the score. Looks like Max Huff is coming back out there with the offense.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised about that this late in the game. 48-7 lead.
I wonder, is the other quarterback hurt?
I don't know. But, you know, you are risking injury to your starter.
Mm-hmm.
It's late in the game with this big of a lead.
There's a handoff up the middle. And he's pushing the line. He keeps pushing forward. And he gains about 3 yards on the play. Brings up second about 7.
He goes up the middle. For a short run, so he's second down.
Max out of the shotgun. Hands the ball off again, and the Rams there to meet him in the backfield for a 1-yard loss on the play. Brings up third and about 8. 8:15 left to play here in the game. 48-7 the score. Corsairs trying to open up the score even farther. Whistles and a timeout. Corsairs, or is that Rams? So it looks like the Redwoods are going to take a timeout. Oh yeah, I'd try to stay at home and watch it.
Yeah.
So Corsairs out of the timeout. Is that third down? So that's gonna be that's gonna set up a 1st and 10 for the Corsairs. 7:47 left to play in the game. Looks like the Corsairs, like Liam said, is gonna take the victory here. Not just a victory, but a big victory over the Rams, and they earned it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, said it over and over. A very complete game. All parts of the team doing very, very well. Not really a big weakness here in this game.
I mean, the penalties hurt them there at the end, but you know what? They played as a team. They talked as a team. They communicated. And like I've always been told, there's no I in team. It wasn't just this person or that person or just a quarterback. It was the whole team that worked together in this to make this win happen.
Yeah, and if Jason White's going to nitpick any part of the game they wants the team to get better at, it is going to be penalties. Mm-hmm. But fortunately, last week's game and today, they had so much offense to overcome any penalty issues.
Pass is complete.
Nathan Lopez.
To Lopez. And it looks like another Rams player is going to be down. Some of his teammates there trying to help him up, and he gets helped up from one of his teammates. And it looks like he might stay on the field, or he's going to try to jog off. He's going to try and get off on his own.
Yeah, the athletic trainer came out there, so he does have to leave for at least one play.
Yeah. So 6.5 minutes left to play here in the 4th quarter. It is a 41-point lead game for the Corsairs. Max looking to pass. Pass is completed. And it's going to result in another Corsairs 1st down. I believe they should be able to get like maybe 3 or 4 more 1st downs, and then I would just kneel it.
Yeah, that'll pretty much take care of the clock, I would think.
6 minutes to play here in the game. I think 3 more 1st downs and a kneel, and that will seal the deal here at the Red Bull. Hands the ball off right up to the left side, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. And
that was a late push, and there's the flag.
There's the flag. That's what we wanted. So he gets pushed out of bounds late, and a late flag. There's some extracurricular.
I mean, look, you'll get this in blowout games. Yeah. I mean, Gavilan, they're mad, they're pissed off, and they're not going to be very disciplined after plays. It's going to get the better of them. They're not happy with their performance, and taking it out after the play with the very, very late push.
Yeah.
There's not much ambiguity there.
Okay, personal foul, they get out of bounds, defense number 99. 15-year penalty, IPV number 1. Automatic first
So it
down.
looks like they are taking Max Huff out, and they are going to put in their backup quarterback. It's like number 43, or no, who's that? Looks like Mason Pretty. Is that Mason Pretty going there? Can't tell.
Possibly.
You see other quarterback you said? Or is that Dunlap?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. That is Mason Pretty. So that just shows whistles here.
So false start.
That just shows that Mason Pretty can, in fact, do everything on the football field.
So it looks like they subbed in. It looks like they have a new offensive team. The whole line. There's a whole new crew in for the Corsairs.
Yeah, I mean, now's the time to get guys playing time that otherwise, would not be getting much playing time.
So Mason Pretty's out of the shotgun. Hands the ball off, gets up to the right side, and it's going to be no gain on the play.
I'm sure Mason Pretty on the sideline was like, Coach, let me play QB. Let me play QB, please. Please. And he got his wish.
He got his wish. I didn't know what was going on down there. Everybody was cheering, and so it looks like Pretty got his wish, so he's out there.
Well deserved. I mean, does a lot on defense, does a lot on special teams, and look, now's the time to let him try out the QB skills a little bit.
Him being a defensive back, next year he could be a quarterback.
Exactly.
And swings the ball out, completes the pass, tries to stay up on his feet, and he gets hit. And
Nathan Lopez.
Lopez again.
That was a pretty good throw. A little bit low, but Nathan Lopez was able to get down and scoop it up and get it.
Brings up third and...
Third down and about 4.
Is it fourth down or third?
Third and 4.
Third and 4 for the Corsairs. So if they get another first down, I'm thinking that my Coach White is going to have him kneel in and seal the deal. And like I said, there's another first down for the Corsairs. And they might 4 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. 48-7 the score here at the Red Bull on the campus of Cal Poly Humboldt. Beautiful day for football. Glad you were able to tune in and listen to us on the radio. Wherever you may be at. Whistles and a flag.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even the flags themselves. It's that the flags are stopping the clock. That's not what the Corsairs want. They want that clock to keep running.
So Lopez was on the flag that time for a full start. So first and 15. 3:20 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Corsairs are going to move to, I believe, 7-2.
Yep.
There goes Mason Pretty. Mason Pretty is going to use his legs. Mason Pretty gets away from one. Mason Pretty gets away from another one, and he keeps going. Mason Pretty, you can see that, boys. Mason Pretty can do anything and everything, and that's going to seal the deal right there.
Yeah, that's ball game. That was a masterclass. Mason Pretty put in some moves on those defenders on the sideline. And the kid's pretty good.
They try to tackle him, but he's like, "You're not tackling me. You can sit down."
Yep. I also return punts, too. I'm not just on defense. I can do this.
I can do this. That's why the coach put me in here.
Yep.
Mason Pretty out of the shotgun, hands the ball off. And that's going to... They're just running up the middle here.
Tyrus Arakawa.
Tyrus again on the carry. 2:20 left to play. This has been a fun game.
Really fun game. I mean, the game I got to call last week and today's game have just been so fun. I feel really fortunate to be able to call these games. Very exciting.
Tyrus again gets the ball handed off to the left side. Again, try to beat one man. He gets tackled around the neck, and he goes down hard. And he gets back up on his own. So that's going to be a 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line at the 4. So that might do it, folks. With a minute 50, you thinking they're trying to score again?
I don't know. I mean, depends on if they really want to go for it. See what Coach White decides on doing.
Looks like he has 3 receivers and 1 to the left. And Tyrus again. Tyrus makes a man miss and a touchdown. Corsairs. So another touchdown for the Corsairs. I don't know if I'm just like a mind reader or what, but as soon as I said that, they scored.
Yeah, and I mean, this could be seen as running up the score, but I think you're also giving guys an opportunity, like Tyrus, to make plays that he wouldn't be in the starting lineup normally, and now to score the way it is, he's given a chance to get a touchdown on the season. So that's really good for him personally.
So it looks like they're going to go Max Hub coming out there to
it's the holder.
The holder for the Corsairs. Minute 31 in the game, 54-7 the score. Snap is good. Almost had it blocked. The kick is good. 55-7. The minute 31 left to play in the ball game. The Corsairs are going to take the victory and go to approve to 7-2, 5-0 in conference. Well, I don't know if this is a conference game.
I think this is a conference game. But either way, I mean, they're going into Quincy next week with some serious momentum.
They're gonna have to keep their heads held high.
Yeah, and I think Feather River is a much higher caliber team than they're facing here at Gavilan. I mean, Gavilan coming in with only 1 win on the season. So it's going to be a much tougher game next week, but I have full faith that Coach White and the rest of the coaching staff is going to get them fully prepared.
I don't think Feather River has a loss at all, do they?
I might have one.
I don't know if they who did they lost to.
Double check on that.
Corsairs ready to kick it off here. There's a little pooch kick, and he's going to let that one bounce, and he's going to take it from the 1-yard line. Ortiz stiff arms one, and he's not going to get away from that guy. Number 33, Gabe Ward on the tackle, and the Rams are going to have some work to do. They're at their own 5-yard line.
You're right, actually. Feather River is 8-0 overall. So that game is decided.
Yeah. This game is decided with a minute 24 left to play in the 4th quarter. 55-7 is the score. Justin hands the ball off, and he's going to get the ball up to about the 7-yard line, 2-yard gain. 3-yard gain on the play.
It's like Gavilan is just going to cut their losses and run the football and run out the rest of this game.
So was this a conference game?
Let me check, but I believe so. Actually, no.
Justin looking to pass. Pressure coming out of the right side. And he is going to go down for the 5th time tonight or more. And all that right side just blitzed him, and he can't go anywhere. He's going to go backwards. So 26 seconds left in the game. The Corsairs have decided this game 55-7.
going into next week's game as a hope of winning the championship and also hoping to host a preseason game. So with the win today, they're still in the top 4, top 5, and their hopes for hosting are still in the works.
Still alive. This is not a conference game. Gavilan is part of the Golden Coast Conference. Redwoods part of the Pacific 7. But still, in the overall standings, it's going to put Feather River and Redwoods right up there. Big showdown. Big showdown next week in Quincy. And hopefully Feather River will have options for watching and listening to the game, and so everybody here in Humboldt County can watch that big showdown. Biggest game of the year for the Corsairs. It's going to be great.
That's going to be a big game for Jason White in his career here at College of the Redwoods. Now, let's talk about the penalties. Corsairs have to work on the holding of false starts